Hello everyone, Specter here, and welcome to Star Citizen. Today I'm going to share an issue that I encountered in the game in 3.16 that I think is quite important for every one of you, especially for new players. So I remember a few months ago, I made some videos about how to do some missions in order for players, especially for new players, to earn credits in the game. For example, box delivery missions, some sort of hand mining in the caves. However, once you leave the ship, just be reminded that you may not be able to make it in one piece. Yeah. So the whole story was starting in 3.16 when CIG added some bounty missions within the atmosphere. Many people kind of happy because they had a happy time to bully NPCs in different locations, especially on planets or on moons. While, of course, some people may not be happy as they got more interaction with the ground once they were not very careful enough. So while you guys act like a knight in the air and took those bounty missions, bully NPCs on in the air, the players who were doing missions on the ground may not seem that way. They may not like it at all. Because once they got out of the outposts, they may look like something they may look at something looks like this. Yeah. Being surrounded by a bunch of hostile NPCs while their ships were being torn into pieces. Yes, stranded on the ground and waiting for someone to pick up. So that is all they need to face. And I need to tell you, this kind of problem is not happen one or two times. It's not only on me, because before I met such a problem or such an issue, I already picked up quite a few players or met the same issue already. Yes, and many players who I didn't actually saved or I actually helped started complain about their ship was being blown up all of a sudden while they were inside of the ship, or maybe they just I don't know, after they went outside of the outpost and they saw their ships was gone, and many of them claim that it's a bug of CIG, and for me, is the total direction is quite mistaken. All right, because they thought there was a bug, but these are no bugs because at least some of them are not bugs. Because sometimes people's bounty missions may be spawned at your location, and it turns out once you walk outside the ship, those hostile NPCs will kind of treat your ship as kind of hostile to them. So they will destroy your ship right away. And it turns out the true owner of those NPC ships, the one who owned the contract, just having a heavy time to do their missions, while the one who on the ground would be kind of helpless at all. And that is not fair at all for me because, well, just imagine that you took a 8,000 AUEC box delivery missions, and all of a sudden you need to face something like the ships that appeared in very high risk targets or high risk target only, then you may not kind of. It's not fair at all, right? In generally speaking, yeah. So of course, in 3.1, 3.16.1, it doesn't seem like they will fix this kind of problem. I hope that CIG will kind of fix this problem in 3.17. And here's some suggestions that I can provide to you guys so that you might have a like less chance to encounter such an issue. All right. But yeah, maybe I just talk about it first. The first one would be join the server that's got fewer people in the game. So fewer people means less chance for someone's mission spawn on top of yours. That would be good. But if you're very unlucky enough spawn in a server that's got a lot of people, no worries, because you may still have a chance that you can spot some red ship around your destination. At that moment, trust your eye because those red ships might not, okay, very less likely to be a player with a crime stat, but instead it would be a whole fleet of NPCs waiting for someone who took the contract to take them out. So when you see those red ships around your destination, just leave the area, okay? Don't get close to it. And make sure that you observe the whole fighting finished before you get back to that location, all right? Just fly a little bit further away, okay? But keep eye contact, as sometimes, I don't know, some players might just like doing boom and zoom tactics, and they just kill the like the main dish of the whole bounty missions and leave all the side dishes like at the location for some reason. Yeah, so it's really bad. But just make sure that, well, um, try to kind of observe the whole thing before you get into that area. All right, make sure those NPC ships are all gone before you get into that location. And I need to, just for safety, I need to remind you that no matter what kind of suggestion I give it to you, like both of them, would be very like based on how lucky you are. If you're like very unlucky to the point that, well, I don't want to say that, but basically it won't work. All right. So I hope that this video is kind of helpful for you guys. And yeah, just trying to bring up some informations that you may encounter in the game. And if you think this kind of video is helpful, feel free to leave a like. And of course, if you have any kind of like this like experience, or maybe you have some ideas how to avoid it, or maybe you just have some questions you want to ask, feel free to leave a comment down below. And I hope I should see you guys next time then. Okay, bye bye.